Howdy Tamers, and welcome to the LostinTranslationmon Digimon podcast. This time we're covering Digimon BeatBreak episode 11, A Black Emotion. I am Kobias, and I am once again joined by Guz.
And I'm the reason that tomorrow's parents were arrested. How good.
How good is that? And I'm the red scarf of brotherly love.
I've done well.
So, just a quick synopsis before we jump in. Tomoro wants to get Asuka a red scarf for his birthday. Gekomon demands to come with, but is kind of like annoying and following around. Tomoro doesn't want him to go, and Gekomon ends up kind of embarrassing Tomoro by revealing himself to the nurse. That does not sound exactly what happened, but we'll go with that.
I mean, he doesn't wear pants. It's the high series. It's not wrong.
Yeah, you kind of Winnie the Pooh's it. Anyway, so
yeah,
they end up going to look for the gift after visiting Asuka in the hospital. They kind of have like a kind of dumb argument where Tomoro wants to buy the red one because of flashback-related reasons. Gekomon says, but what about the blue one? And then they kind of have a scuffle and rip the red scarf. They have an argument, Gekomon leaves, and then we see the Mon of the Week, Raremon, who can fart so badly it de-digivolves your Digimon. Then Gekomon and Tomoro continue to fight. Gekomon goes berserk from Tomoro's e-pulse because Tomoro says that he wishes that he was never born, he wishes he never gave birth to Gekomon. That's not a joke, that's literally what it says. Kyo's ex-boyfriend with a mullet shows up, who Gekomon tries to fight but loses, and then that all sort of leaves Glowing Dawn in a pretty bad state, and Gekomon de-digivolves into Kekomon. So, discussions and decisions, what were our highlights this week?
Kek W. I think, look, honestly, we got a lot of things confirmed that we were theorizing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we knew that Kyo was, if not 5-star, he was at least 5-star adjacent. We now have confirmation that he was one of the 5-star cleaners.
Yeah.
At some point, he was inherently more ruthless. The burn and or scar on the neck it's very heavily implied to be created by his, as you mentioned, ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely giving off, like, ex-boyfriend vibes. Like...
Yeah. I want you to fight me. Do you remember how you used to fight me?
Yeah, like, I don't know...
Goku and Vegeta.
What's with Digimon having all this, like, toxic yaoi going on? Like, we have Owen and Zenith in Liberator, and now we have this, like... Come on, can we just have the gays be happy?
No. You show me one happy gay man.
Exactly. I'm happy.
Ellipses.
Ellipses. Yeah, I'm happy-ish. I should not shuffle my Digimon deck. It's just what I took it out because I was making the changes, and now I'm regretting not putting it away before the podcast. But yeah, so also, if I go on any tangents in this episode, because it is, again, a little later, I'm going to flick myself in the forehead every time I go on a tangent. So...
You can't. You don't have a brother named Itachi. You can't do that.
Naruto reference. Like, I understood that reference.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna flick myself in the face every time I go off topic or start going on a semi-related tangent. So, moving Digimon cards away.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be tangenting like crazy in this one because I actually watched this episode twice.
Yeah, but you have related tangents. You have actually good points and good tangents. I don't. Yeah, I will just start like talking about something that, this episode had a fire in it, and that makes me think of warm things, and that makes me think of the weather, and that makes me think of summer, which makes me think of Christmas. That's how my tangents go. Your tangents are thoughtful, they are intellectual, they are relevant to the discussion. There we go.
You're tangenting about tangents, bro. It's so good.
I went off on a tangent about Anyway, so that actually hurt. But I'll be doing that every time I.
We'll see how long that at last, or if you end up getting Dane Bramage before the end of the episode.
If I can be bothered, when I edit this tomorrow morning, because I'll probably only edit the that actually really hurt. I'll probably only edit like the raw recording for the Patreons. I will put up a counter of how many times I click myself in the head. That sounds too much effort for me. Somebody else do it. But anyway,
One. Anyway.
Anyway, go off. Continue.
Look, the animation was good. I'm getting us back on topic right now. The animation was solid. Really loved it. The Ramon stuff, yeah, it looked a little funky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
On the second watch, since I knew what Ramon was doing, it makes a little bit more sense. But also, Ramon's gross and weird looking, so I don't care that.
I think he was animated really well for what he is. Like it's meant to be gross. Like I feel like this is a lot less kind of static than he has been, like in the original adventure, which, I mean, you can't really compare something that was made 26, 27 years ago to the animation quality that we can have now with these standards that we have now. But he kind of just was a blob that just kind of went across the screen. In this, it was a lot more dynamic. There was a lot more going on, so I really, really liked how they animated Ramon in this episode.
Just like my eyes just could have caught a handful of inconsistencies that just sort of stood out. But like I really like the fact that they referenced Ghidorah from Godzilla, because that's how Ghidorah's made. It's through all the rubbish and the pollution that everybody's pumping out into Tokyo, and then it manifests into this giant slime creature, which is obviously what
it's based on. Because all the version 5 Digimon are.
I just love seeing that. I just thought it was great.
Yeah, I love the actual referencing,
Yeah, and like, oh, he's dangerous, you can't let him near Tokyo. You know, like, there was just a couple of little cheeky nods there that I really appreciated. I also am going to jump ahead a little bit. Gekomon, for the first time in the series, is my least favourite character in this episode. Agreed, yeah. But, like, I'll hold my further thoughts about that, but like I really enjoyed us sort of exploring the bond through rage, because there's a couple of moments which point out Gekomon does lose control. Right, we get the Dark Digivolution egg pulp bomb moment. He jumps on Toma and he's about to bite him.
Yeah, he's about to like.
There is a moment of thought. Yeah, there's actually a moment of thought that happens for Gekomon, where he then leaps forward onto Ramon and starts doing things and shenanigans that get gobbled. But like, I wonder if Dark Digivolution is actually Toma's path, because it seems that Gekomon can kind of handle that rage, we've only had 2 instances thus far, but like, it gives us some food for thought.
Yeah, like I was just thinking that maybe it's not a dark evolution. It is, as you said, like, it's just his natural path, and his evolution is because in BeatBreak it's just straight up said that they are reflections of their partners. So Tomoro has to get control over his inner darkness, and Gekomon's inner darkness is just his natural path. So it's not a dark evolution, it is just the natural evolution, and they're going to play into that. So we always expect a dark evolution, but we've only ever seen that being like an alternate, like maybe once or twice off evolution that isn't the natural true path. In this case, in this series, who's to say that it's not about Tomoro and Gekomon working together with the darkness, working together against, like, or with the negative emotions that they have. It's about kind of saying, well, this is who I am, this is the darkness that I have inside me, I'm just going to run with that, I'm just going to go with that, I'm not going to fight it, I'm not going to say, no, that's not me, because it is me. And it's sort of about accepting the negative as just something that is part of you.
Yeah. I mean, I think as well, I don't want to lean too heavily on the whole mirror thing. Like, I understand that Digimon have always been mirrors to their partners, tamers, whatever, right? Like, that's been a present thing since the very first. This is the only time that Digimon's actually, in writing, address the audience directly and going, "Oi, dingbats, this is what we've been doing the whole time."
Yeah.
I think if you are to really dig deeper than just the surface level character traits stuff that I've sort of talked about previously, Geckomon is probably the happy baby kid that Toma could have been if he never had to worry about this whole AI Sapatama stuff. Just running around, being energetic, doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And Toma now having to like look basically the young version of himself with no damage, no trauma, none of that, to where he is now, full of all that anger and that angst. And mind you, like all of what, 16, 17?
Yeah, he's still like basically a kid himself. He's just a teenager.
Yeah, there's no way that a kid's able to process all that, especially by themselves.
And
like,
also,
that's crazy.
Even though he did have a caretaker, he had his brother. He still had to grow up pretty quickly. So he didn't get to have
from
that
10,
kind of...
Because his parents were now woke up.
He didn't get to have that kind of immaturity. And I think you're absolutely right. I think Geckomon is that kind of inner child, because Tomoro didn't have much of a childhood because his parents were arrested when he was 10. So he hasn't been able to be childish. And then there's this Geckomon who basically is incredibly childish. It's not just in this episode, it's in all the episodes. We know Geckomon is just a child. He's very immature, he's very childish, very impulsive. He wants what he wants, and he doesn't really take no for an answer. Oh, I want to go to the hospital. I want to go, let me go. And then ends up going anyway, and is a nuisance, doesn't listen. He's kind of impulsive, and it's kind of that inner child that Tomoro never got to have or deal with.
Yeah. I think you're definitely going to say maybe 2, maybe 3. There's a good pace and a good speed on these episodes, so maybe I'm like over-adjusting. I think that going back to Geckomon for Geckomon is, and I'm now skipping entirely to predictions, but I don't care, it's relevant.
Yeah.
I do think that these will be the moments wherein Gecko, and Toma will actually be able to grow and understand each other, and then at the end of that, they'll probably achieve their Digivolution as they should.
Yes.
In whatever form that eventually ends up taking, but like they just don't talk. There's no real effort of communication between the two. Every time that they speak, the other just doesn't listen, and I think a real return to form is probably going to help them.
Yep.
But Homer really needs to want to do that, and I'm not sure how we're going to get there. But back onto the episode itself at large, can I also say how crazy it was that frame 1 of this episode was just a picture of burning horses?
Yeah, I thought that they went somewhere dark, but no, it was just like a carousel ride.
Carousel, yeah. I was just like, oh my god, what did I skip too far off of the intro? What happened?
Yeah, like how's that for a hot open? Like, wow.
Yeah, it was, and I know because you were looking at that guy's mullet, being like, god damn.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, I wish I had a mullet like that, but I cut it. I got it cut. I got the mullet was mulled.
Keep trying, just push forward.
There's a joke in there somewhere. It's late. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a lot to really like. I like that, like, Postmon and Reina are also trying to offer advice to Toma and Geckomon respectively.
Yeah.
Being like, look, man, sometimes you humans just get to be weird. And then Reina's like, what the hell do you mean by that? And Postmon's like, Bish, what you mean what I mean by that?
I love the dynamic between Postmon and Reina. I think it is just really cute. It's like, ah.
Yeah, they're both 2 little street feral cats. Oh, speaking of cats, what's with all the Catboys in this series?
What?
All the Catboys. We got Flamon or whatever it is, and bloody Murasamon. It's all just Catboys.
Oh my god.
Big buff cat men.
Well, I don't know. But that's it. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's got Sword Gay, and he's got Fire
Literally,
Gay.
what, flaming gay? Was that what you were going to say?
I was trying to avoid that, because I'm like, I don't know if that'll come off well, but yeah, you said it, not me. But yeah, he's a.
Well, you can say it. I should.
I can say it, but I was trying to word it. But yeah, he's pretty flaming. Like, I mean, I love that for him. Like, I love his eyes. Like, those are like definitely contacts.
Beautiful eyes. Bro.
Like,
oh my god.
Like, how could Kyo resist those eyes? Like,
I can't, and I'm a lesbian. But no, like, it was just really everything in the episode was a pretty good treat as far as story was concerned. We did get a lot of answers, and I do actually want to. I think I'll bring this up now, Kobe. The little pre-prepared picture that I have.
Oh yeah, you showed me this before, and like Guz put a lot of work into this. Very happy with all he does, because I was like, wow, you put so much more thought into this than I do.
So welcome to the blackboard here, class.
So if anyone's just listening to the audio version on a podcast catcher, skip to I guess 15 or 16 minutes into the episode on the YouTubes, and to see the infographic.
Wow, infographics a bit strange. It's literally a Wikipedia picture than two screen grabs. But
yeah, it's an informative graphic. Infographic.
There's information with this graphic, but
yeah.
A couple episodes ago, I did mention how the 5 stars could be reference to the 5 elemental shebangs over there in Eastern medicine. And we've got it here as wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. The bottom picture there with the greyish background is what I grabbed off of Wikipedia, which, funnily enough, the circles match the inner circles for the diamonds that the 5 stars seem to be representative
of. The gym badges.
And this is in episode, I think it was 7.
It was the one with the Black Gargamon who wanted to die.
Yeah,
sure.
Narinso.
Yeah, Narinso, yeah.
This is from Mikado's speech to us, the audience, really, not so much Toma, about how the 5 stars work in the cleaner world. And they're introduced in wood, fire, and obviously we see the silhouette for Kyo's boyfriend there. Earth, gold, and water. And one of the things I thought was really interesting here is we have seen pretty much all these colours pop up. We've seen cleaner with red being Reina, the earth, which is Mikado, which is why he's got that darker yellow, and then we've got the lighter yellow with Kyo being metal. Blue, I think, was the Mukmon, if memory serves. I don't think we've seen a green yet, unless it was Mushroom Boys, maybe, but what's very interesting here is that there's no purple.
Yeah.
So, Toma falls outside of these elements. And obviously, well, because I was Pokemon pilled, like I mentioned as well, there's generative cycles that you can see in the Wikipedia part here. That's the grey arrows, and degenerative or destructive in blue. So, type effectiveness charts and things like that, right? So, fire beats earth. Fire destroys metal, right? So in this episode, that's how you can figure out that Kyo's ex is potentially stronger than him, right? Maybe that's something that they're working into this. Maybe I'm just a freak. But I do think that there's probably a deeper angle on this that I literally just don't have enough information on at this stage. But I really appreciate this depth, because even you can see the tamers, cleaners, really.
Yeah.
Silhouettes, they all match. It's all been put in the same positions. This is so unbelievably deliberate. It's impressive that this little Tamagotchi selling anime is going so deep, bro. It's crazy. I just adore it. But all right, I'm just gonna jump back so that you can see my adorable little plush kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was something that it caught my eye, and I really just wanted to properly speak to that, because I think in Norinzo it just sort of blasted us by, and we didn't really get the chance to sit down and absorb it proper.
But the good thing
now
is,
that we're getting the star,
like I'm sure we'll get more of that, the explanation, rather than just like the small kind of crumbs we've been getting. But no, that's amazing work that you've done there with your detective work, and you're educating us, giving us a little TED talk. But no, the fact that it's even the exact same like alignment as that graphic that you brought up, like just A plus. Like they're definitely not just guessing or reaching. It's absolutely what they're going for, because why else would they put them in that order with those specific colours?
Yeah, and even like I mentioned to you, like if you were to, and I don't know about each what the elements mean, but like if we were to consider fire to be like sort of strong and passionate, sort of fierce, right? Like what it normally sort of is associated with, like that's Rainer. That's this 5-star cleaner guy, right? Like he's very powerful, very passionate. He wants to fight. He wants to get stronger, right? You have a look at the way that Earth is represented with that sort of that deeper yellow color. It's Mikado. He's very grounded. He's very observe first, act second kind of guy. He always tries to, remove all the hostility, tries to bring everything back down to a semblance of balance. Then you've got Kyo being gold or metal, depending on which one you want to go with there, where it's more hopeful, this brighter white light, this more optimistic kind of thing, which we always got from the Norinzo episode. He's like, I want to build a new world, a better world, where coexistence is possible.
Yeah.
And what's frustrating me is that where the bloody hell does purple fit into this whole scheme?
Yeah, I have no idea. Also, what colours were Haruko from last episode? I think she was blue, right?
She was red.
Oh, she was red.
She was red.
I'm trying to remember, because I know we've seen blue, but I can't remember who had the blue.
I think it was Machmon. I wasn't able to scrub through that episode fast enough prior to the recording to find the blue, but I'm pretty sure the cleaner's hand lights up blue.
Okay.
When they get to the second... it's like their second act going into the third act before the mirror world.
Oh,
I don't think we've seen green yet. We may have seen green from the Fun Demon dude.
I think we
saw... what I mean?
What was Astromon's tamer? Was his blue? Because I feel like we have seen blue more recently than Machmon.
It could have been blue, actually.
Or maybe it was Old Man.
That's what I wanted to...
I honestly can't remember. I'm just saying characters' names now.
Old Man didn't have a colour because he didn't have a Sapatama. He just kept...
Wow,
that was a bad sentence I was about to say. I was about to say, he just kept fisting Pandamon, which is accurate. Not wholly incorrect, but not the right set.
Yeah, we're doing fantastically with our phrasing today. But anyway, do go on.
No, it's this is fascinating to me because now we're getting a color and element theory within the series itself. It's not just like, oh, cool, the red guy associated with fire and passion is very obviously that because of all the red color, like a la Pokemon, right? Like you see a red trainer, there's a good chance they run fire types. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he just like he went like to 11 with the whole color scheming going on. They probably don't even have like required outfits. He was just like, nah, I got a match.
He's like, you see my Catboy over there? Yeah, that's me too, bro.
Yeah,
that's me too, bro.
I got to match my persona, but
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But no, I kind of loved his design. It's just very much just as you said. It's the gym leader of like, I'm just gonna dress up like the element just so everyone knows what element Pokemon that I have, just so it's easy for everyone to work it out. He's not hiding.
At the end of the day, this is meant to be a good show, apparently.
Yeah.
There's a throwaway character being like, why did my wife divorce me and take the kids? Anyway, sludge monster o'clock.
That was so... Yeah, the gym bro, he has like a photo of him with his like very like obviously sad wife and depressed children, and he's flexing. And like, first of all, my reaction should not have been like, oh, far out mood. Like, I was just like, I felt really bad for him because he was like, my wife left me. Why did she take the kids? Ah! And he just he gets rid of all his stuff. And I'm like, I'm feeling so bad for this, like, I think he's meant to be comedic, but I'm just like, oh, buddy.
He doesn't have the other brain cell to figure it out. You really gotta help it, bro.
Like, he's literally looking at a photo of his, like, sad wife with kids. Like, and he's happy as can be. You're just like, like, oh, buddy. Oh, bud. Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, you gave it a go.
I wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Like, he's probably such a sweetheart, but he's so sad. Anyway, so some other things that we got in this episode, we actually got to see Kugamon evolve rather than just sort of happening off screen, which has been the case.
Yeah, we got the triple animation.
Yeah, we got the three-way split. And another first that we got, and I think this might be actually a first for the anime for Digimon overall, but we see Gekomon devolve before he actually gets to evolve. Usually we don't see them devolve into a baby. We might see their baby forms in either flashbacks, or we might just, go to the Koromon village and see baby Koromons, and then the character's like, oh, Koromon evolves into Agumon. But the character is...
Probably the better.
Yeah, that too. Like, we see the baby forms, we know that they do evolve into the child forms, but we don't actually see them devolve until they've had a really hard fight at, like, the perfect level, for example, or Mega or something, and then they'll devolve back to the baby form. So it is interesting that we got the Digivolution before we actually got evolution at all for Gekomon.
Yeah, the BeatBreak is playing by a completely different set of rules.
Yeah.
Now, we kind of already knew that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think we can walk into this series any further. And I think that was pretty clear when Chirotmon digivolved first. We can't walk into this series with anywhere near the same level of expectation or understanding of a Digimon anime. I think we've had whatever we've been getting used to or conditioned to from previous series, throw it in the bin. I don't think we can use that as a guidebook here, and I think that's actually fun.
I think in Tamers... I mean, I know that Terriermon evolved before the events of Tamers, but I'm pretty sure Renamon evolved in, like, episode 6 or 8, I think. Guildmon evolved after that, so we have had that before. But for the most part, BeatBreak so far, like, has a checklist of things that previous seasons have done, and they're ticking ones that they haven't done before. That's why I'm wondering if we won't get a Dark Evolution.
Look, Chekhov's gun, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and for those of you that don't know, if you bring something up, you need to address it. So, Chekhov's gun talks about a lot of theatre productions at the time where if there's a character or someone who addresses a gun on a shelf, like on a mantle or something like that over a fireplace, that gun is now not set dressing. That is now not an insignificant thing. That thing now must be brought back up in the story or in the performance, and it must be used. So then, like, oh no, someone gets shot, right? Like, because that's what guns do. Yeah. If you're about to have a Digimon Dark Digivolve twice, and the golden rule is 3 for jokes and tragedies and so on, we've had 2 now. Like, it's going to be very difficult to dissuade me from the point that the next time we see it, it's going to be a Dark Digivolution. I'm happy to be wrong, but as far as, like, literary tropes and all that is concerned, the 3rd time will be the time that it pops off.
I feel like this was the 3rd time.
Second.
I swear we've had it twice before this.
Nope.
Okay.
We had it once when he was trying to kill the Punimon, and then 2nd time's now.
I feel like we had it earlier in the season, like episode 2 or 3.
That may have been the Punimon one with Fangmon.
For some reason, I just thought it was 2 or 3. But yeah, I might be.
We're only 11 episodes deep. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe, like, it feels like it's so far into the series, but also not at all.
Yeah. Like,
But
there's been... I think this is a pretty good series just in general if you want to look at how the best way to communicate the most amount of information while using the least amount of time possible. This has been really, really dense information-wise, and you just pick up on so much stuff even if you didn't sort of consciously know of it. Like, it's been pretty good.
Oh, absolutely agree. Yeah.
11 episodes, that episode 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 11, right?
Yeah. This was episode 11. I'm pretty, unless I wrote it down wrong. No, episode 11. Do we have any other highlights?
Yeah, nice. I mean, look, I've talked around a lot of different things. I haven't really stayed in the conversation topic bubble. I like that both Kyo and Murasamamon saved Gecko and Toma respectively.
Yeah, I love when Kyo's got like his arm over Tomoro, like protecting him, like he's shielding him from the world, like a good dad / mum needs to do.
A teen mum. Yeah,
he's the teen mum. Yeah,
Kyo is the mum of teen.
Yeah.
But no, it was it's just one of those episodes where everything just still is of a really good quality.
Yep.
Like, everything's still doing really, really well. Like, even though we're not meant to really like Gekomon in this episode for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, and I did not like Gekomon in this episode.
It's so well done in its deliberateness. Like, I still enjoyed Gekomon having his tantrum where he's just like, Bake no Tomo.
Yeah.
Like, throwing the rocks in the water and stuff, and then when Toma's just like, oh, it was you, was it? You threw rocks at the thing and now it's up here? Oh, come on, dude. And it's just sort of like, Toma, to be fair, it was probably going to come up anyway. Like, Gekomon throwing stones probably didn't change that much, if we're being honest, but it's just sort of to highlight the tension between them at the moment.
Yeah, it was the guy whose wife left him and he was polluting the water.
Yeah.
Gekomon might have just stirred it slightly.
Imagine how much he, was it the protein shakes and that he threw into the water before that, which is why Ramon was so jacked and gassy.
Maybe it's the oh my god, not the creatine farts, anything but those.
The creatine.
No.
Creatine. It's super effective on Digimon. It makes them de-Digivolve.
It's a new option card. Are we ready to move on?
Creatine.
Are we ready to move on to highlights because we've been talking about lowlights for like half an hour?
No, I've been talking about it all.
Okay.
If anything, you should probably chime in with your highlights and lowlights.
I've already said my highlights basically the same as yours. My lowlight is that this is actually my least favourite type of Digimon episode because it happens in every season, and it's without I've yet to see one that I thought was a good portrayal of this trope, and it's the partners fight episode. I just always feel like, yes, they're these characters are kind of always feuding in the last few episodes. This season so far has been Gekomon is immature. That's fine. I'm not saying that it's annoying because he's always like that. I just feel like the partner fights episode of Digimon are often the weakest, at least in my opinion. I feel like it's often all the misunderstandings and all the annoyances and all the immaturity and all the issues and all the negative things that the characters have just get turned up to 11 just for the sake of the story of the episode. I feel like they're contrived in a way. I really don't like them. Yes, I know that you're not meant to like Gekomon in this episode. I know that it's meant to be an annoying, simplistic argument. But as soon as I realized that it was one of those episodes, I was like, oh, here we go. Please can I come out of this saying that this is an actually good episode that does the partners fight dynamic? But no, it's still, it's probably better than the other ones we've had. The Atmon one was really annoying. It's the least my least favourite episode of Atmon, other than the clip show, is the Partners Fight one. It's just, I don't know why we have to have this episode in every season of Digimon. I don't know why it's obligatory for the series. And every time I'm just like, please, can we just have normal conflict? I don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't like this style of episode. But that's basically my only low light.
I definitely feel that this one was probably stronger because I think Toma's got a little bit more to actually be upset about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like usually it's both sides.
Not to lessen the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like I think the better way is that they've had this slowly boil throughout the last
absolutely.
11 episodes, 10 episodes leading into it.
It's definitely better than the other Partners Fight ones because the other ones are just completely out of nowhere. Like, they'll be like, you know, buddy for 50 episodes, and then all of a sudden, they fight. And
then Ty's on his period, and Agumon's like, what the hell, man?
Oh, no, in Adventure, the one that I'm thinking of is we have Patamon and TK fighting because Demimon makes them fight. Though it does happen a few times in Adventure 99.
I mean, to be fair, Patamon and TK are both bigger
the babies.
They're
both, they are legitimately, you know, the babies. But in this case, yes, it was probably a better portrayal of that Partners Fight episode because, yes, we did know that they were kind of a little bit, even though they're the mirror of each other, they're still kind of differing, as we mentioned earlier. But I also feel like the fact that one of them is very much in the wrong, like usually it's both of them being immature jerks for no reason, just randomly. At least in this one, Tomura actually has a reason. He's told Gekomon how important his brother is. He told him not to come along. The outburst at the end was a bit harsh. Like saying to your kid, hey, I wish I never gave birth to you. That is a bit harsh. Yeah, but also, he's a 16-year-old. Like, he's not particularly, you know, an adult. He's not grown up, he's not mature. He just kind of had to mature faster than he needed to, and he didn't have much of a childhood because of that. So Gekomon is definitely the worst one out of the two, instead of them both being just obnoxious. But my low light is still just like, I don't know why we have to have the Partners Fight real bad episode and go off in different ways, and it ends badly for the group.
Look, I mean, it's the same thing with why does Team Rocket show up in every episode just to get slapsticked away? You know, sometimes you just gotta. It's just sort of your vegetables as far as episodes are concerned, I guess.
But,
Look, I mean, I do get it because there was some moments where it's like, all right, so Tomura, do you care or do you not care? Right? Like, there's a little bit of back and forth on the dialogue, but like, I think what's interesting is that I consider that less of a negative point from him at this stage because he's being pulled rather in a lot of different directions internally, right? Like, it's like, I'm grateful to have you by my side, but I need my space. And the inability to navigate that and express that in a way where someone else can understand that internal turmoil because it just doesn't have those tools is hopefully something that gets explored and remedied in the coming episodes to then Gekko's proper maturation.
Yeah, absolutely. But otherwise, that's my only actual light for the episode is just it's just a completely personal one. Is I just don't like the storyline ever. Whenever it shows up in any seasons of Digimon, I'm just like. But at least it makes more sense in this season than it does when they're all buddy-buddy for 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Atmon's is actually the worst one as far as I can remember. Because, like, the episode is exactly how the Young Hunters one is. A new Digimon shows up. Main character everyone thinks this Digimon is great. And the partner Digimon gets jealous and storms off and is really angry and sad, and that's the episode. Like the Atmon one, despite Atmon being my favorite series, it's just not a good episode.
That sucks.
Yeah, because to be fair, Offmon is very cute. He's like a little baby and he's shy and he's adorable, and Gatchmon gets jealous because Haru thinks Offmon is adorable. And this is like fairly late in the series. This is like episode 40.
How many episodes does it have? 60?
50 or 60, I think it's like the usual amount, but yeah, it's just...
Quote unquote the usual amount. I think, didn't season 1 have like 70 to 80 episodes?
No, season 1 was 54.
I could have sworn it had more than that.
The only one with like, I think Colin had like one of the most amount, and all of Cross Wars, including all 3 seasons as one, it's like 75. But yeah, it's normal to have around 50 to 60. I believe Digimon Data Squad has one of the shortest seasons, and like not including Young Hunters, which is like 25. Data Squad is like 48 or 49 off the top of my head. But
see, that just goes to show you, if you just punch your way through the digital world, it's faster.
Yeah, he just speedruns the Digimons. Like,
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Fucking hit him.
I don't know if Data Squad had the partners fight episode. I know that they had arguments between the humans, but I'm not sure if they were behind.
It's hard to fight with a dude who just punches you in the head the second you open your mouth.
Okay.
Like, you kind of lose.
To be fair, the series does start with Agumon and Marcus meeting, and like immediately Marcus is like, you are ugly, you are a weird dinosaur, but I just beat up some gang members, so I'm gonna beat you up too. And then they just beat up each other. That's their first interaction. But it's not
they
like...
got it out of the way early. That sounds like the best partners fight episode, if anything.
And I'm pretty sure Agumon just like clocks him in the groin, like he just whacks him with his giant claw. He doesn't even like use his, fire attacks. They're just punching each other. And it's
the love of the game, baby.
That's 3. Anyway, so I don't like the partners fight episodes. Typically, this was probably the better of all of Digimon's partners fights episodes, but yeah, that's my own negative. It's just like, personally, I don't find the ones where they just fight, because I just feel like their personalities are turned up to 11 in them always. And that makes them, again, feel contrived, less genuine, because I get it. Tomura was emotional, but Gekomon was much more immature than normal. Instead of being an immature 10-year-old, he was an immature 5-year-old.
I think he went into his teenage years, where he was just like, no, I'm just going to be a contrarian a little. I'm just going to do everything the opposite today. And I mean, look, whatever. I don't know if Digimons have hormones. I don't know if that's a thing, like there was a full moon or something. I don't know. But we should probably move on to the next section.
Yeah.
What is it called again, Kobe?
No, we still have favourite character to do. So favourite character,
yes.
not Gekomon, for once, 11 episodes
not
in,
Gekomon.
And we can safely say it definitely wasn't Gekomon, so that's good. Mine was Kyo. I just think he's great. He's such like a good friend, team mum, team dad. He cares for the group so much, and the favorite character, also the animators getting the zoom in on his scar to point us out, hey, this guy, the fire guy, the burn scar, probably related. But when Gekomon and Tomura are fighting on the kind of outlook area, and he comes in and he has this concerned look on his face, he just cares so much, and he doesn't really have to even say anything for the animators to let us know, hey, this character really, really, really cares. It's just about these small character moments. Again, he doesn't have to say anything. He's just great. So yeah, Kyo is my favorite character for this episode. Who's yours?
Yeah, that moment on top of the stairs where he's like, "Oh bitch, what I walk in on?"
Yeah, he's just like, whoops. He's like the scene from Community walking in with the pizza.
Yeah. But everything's been creatine protein farted by Ramon instead
Yeah.
of it's on fire.
He's having a bad day.
But speaking of fire, my favorite character is actually the unapologetic, power-hungry, fire-using Pokemon friend.
Oh yes, Kaito.
Kyo's
I think his name was.
ex-boyfriend, apparently.
And I need to look up the kanji used for his name, but Kai, I'm pretty sure is Kai as in fire.
Kaito, that's it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure his name is probably going to be like Fireman. Like knowing how anime name their characters of just like the kanji is whatever their element is, or slightly related to them as a person. So his name is just probably Fire Dude or Fire Bro. Like I haven't looked at the kanji, but I know at least the first one's going to be fire because it's Kai. Like that's not the first kanji you learn.
I was laughing. I was like, it's one letter off Kaido. It's so funny. But
Kaido.
But like, it then immediately made me have questions of, alright, is the water gym leader gonna have a Crescamon? Are they gonna Digimorph into Grace Nova? Is that an angle? Is it gonna be the Marine Bullmon from the next episode?
I'm going to guess the name of the water one. It's either gonna be like Mizumi or like Suimi or something. Like, it's going to be, if they all are just named, like, whatever the element is, and then thing, like, we have the metal guy, Kinda.
You pick him open and there's a toy. It's great.
And then we have the wood one, Kimi, and, what's one of the other, the earth one, is Chizu. Like, Toph, yeah. Like, what if they're all just, like, literally just called, like, the element and that's their name? Like, yeah.
My name is Gold.
Anyway, rating out of 5. Unfortunately, I had to give this a 3. I don't hate it, but again, as I mentioned, personally, just not a fan of the Partners Fight one, but I don't like Gekomon in this episode at all. So maybe the rating is just like how much I like Gekomon out of 5, though it'll be probably a less than a 3 for that. But anyway, so I gave it a 3, probably a bit low, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling this episode as much, but 3 is still good. 3, I'm not saying this is a bad episode, because 3, that's well and truly a passing grade.
Yeah, C's get degrees, kids.
Yeah, literally, I have given episodes of Digimon, like, 1 out of 5 before. So 3 is, like, that's stellar. It's just something had to be my least favourite episode, and so far this one is, but the 3 is not that bad. Anyway, what's your rating?
I mean, apart from some inconsistencies that I felt was there, I already spoken to a little bit about the Ramon animation, which didn't land for me super well.
Yeah.
I mean, it still works for Ramon, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And some of the Tomoro voice lines and things like that, but like a lot of the implied conversation from like looks and reactions and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of work being put into this, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually a 3.8. It wasn't stellar, but like it's still a very good episode in my eyes.
Yeah.
The one thing that does sort of really bother me is that you can become a 5-star cleaner, which sounds like a Yelp review, if you just get an ultimate level Digimon, which is just, it doesn't feel right to me, you know? Yeah, I know.
I died.
I can see that.
I had to fight the urge just to spit water across like my whole computer, and I had to internalize it. Like I was just like, do I spit on the floor? Do I spit back into the? Does it backwash? Like I just. Thanks.
We know what the water clean is going to be. It's going to be Kobe.
Yeah, I am the water cleaner. No, I managed to swallow, but anyways, moving on. So yeah, you gave it a please save me somebody 3.8. Yes, and your favorite character was Kaito. Mine was Kyo, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. We're gonna move on. Yeah, so let's move on to Pondering Postmon pattern predictions. My phone is in bedtime mode because it's after 9 o'clock, so I'm going to undo that so it's not black and white and hard to read. Let's see. See, I did actually get these up before, but I think my phone decided to crash the YouTube app. Alright, let's do the thing before I say something dumb and stupid and have to flick myself in the face. Diego PRS says, well, at least this time Kyo didn't save the day, and even if he appeared at the end of the day, it wasn't out of nowhere and it was explained. I agree. They enjoyed the 2 episodes. Would have liked it more if it wasn't as childish and needy of a speech about rainbows and flowers that turn the evil guys good. I agree with that. I'm still glad that it wasn't just the power of friendship and we actually did just get an evolution to finish off, there was the speech, but we still needed the evolution to kind of, defeat the evil. So I don't mind too much.
Yeah. The speech wasn't any more than what Mikado had already said earlier, and then it was resolved by hit a woman.
Thanks, Sean Connery. Given the most... I think about that interview every day. I don't know.
That's crazy. What do you mean?
I really liked James Bond. So I just think about James Bond. I'm like, what? Oh, I remember that interview where Sean Connery is like, it's okay to hit a woman, and I'm like, I really stopped liking Sean Connery after that moment.
It's okay. He's dead.
Spoilers. Anyway.
In real life, bro.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, Queen Elizabeth died? Far out, spoilers. Anyway.
Oh, that was a crazy
that was crazy. I was like, gone too soon. I can't believe she's no longer with us. Why did the
world fell apart?
Yeah. What caused her death? I don't know, being 90?
Old as fuck.
Yeah, being pretty old. Anyway, so given the more serious tone of the series, these over expositive moments feel so unnatural. Gestures like hugs, smiles, and head nods and handshakes with a few words here and there. There would be a way of the MO of a teenager instead of a speech about friendship and admitting being weak, but it's anime. You have to have the power of friendship speech. There are guns and Kyo punching an adult, so these more childish parts feel a bit connected. It'd be more than what they expect from Adventure or Tamers. I'm still not over Kyo just punching that guy. I'm so happy he did that. Well done, bro.
That's so good. I don't know what tone this show really wants to have, because it feels like it wanted to be darker, but they got restricted into being the darkest part of this lower rating for kids that they could get away with. So this is this weird line. Yeah.
Next we have Aquastorm 12, who says they're actually of the opinion we aren't going to get a dark evolution from Gekomon, just a revisitation of how Tomoru's e-pulse and emotions can affect Gekomon. If they're going to have a dark evolution though, it'll be very surprising, because they're hoping this is going to be a single episode like episode 7 was. It kind of was like a single episode, not really a two-parter. The next episode is probably just a continuation from the events, but that's just what happens. They think
more
we're
of
going
an
to tease,
as opposed to a two-parter.
Yeah, and they're pretty sure that Tomoru's trigger point is potentially going to do with Asuka. Yeah, pretty much. And they're also saying how they think this is where we get the first evidence that Kyo is connected to the 5 stars as possibly a former member. Yep, we got that.
Double yep.
Yeah, everything that this viewer said that basically happened. But I also commented on this one and saying that I really hope that it subverts the expectations and it's not a dark evolution, but maybe just a dark attack, because we've already seen that different e-pulse and something to do with the e-pulse can change the attack. We had the Chirotmon's Paralyzed Echo be Condensed Echo because the e-pulse and the emotions changed there. So I don't know, I feel
I mean, Mikado did say that he always had access to the attack, he just didn't use it because it drained too much e-pulse.
Yeah. We have BeatBreak, who says they hope they see Haruko again someday, and Shademon can evolve to Luminamon, and it can be a reflection for Haruko's character development. Me too. I hope that too.
Yeah.
I just really hope the character comes back. I thought that was really well done. Next, we have Goldstar Supreme, who says it was a great two-parter. Agreed. They're glad they actually followed up on the tension from the last episode instead of just immediately diffusing things like with the Pandamon one. They also kind of love that Chirrupmon's evolution is just literally Batman or Batmon. Haha. Anyway, my conspiracy theory for the episode is that the masked criminal woman is Makoto's mum or some other relative. What if it's Tomoro's mum? Also,
what if it's Kyo's mum?
I did actually. That reminds me. I did actually see Kyo's mum's got it going on. I did actually see a few people point out that the mask looks like the mask that I believe it's either Malomyotismon has or Belial Venom Vandamon. I keep on forgetting I keep on mixing up the English and Japanese names.
Venomyotismon and Malomyotismon.
Yeah,
I know where you're at.
Yeah, Belial or Mellow. It's got like it's got that mask like on its like top part somewhere. So I'm wondering we're just doing
Mallow.
Yeah, well, I wonder if we're just doing Mightismon again, but I just thought I'd mention that.
Look, if we do, I'm not mad. I like Malomyotismon. I think he looks sick.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love Mightismon and you know all the evolutions associated with it, except for the fact that it's purple in the TCG. Next we have Ben Tarcho, who says, what an episode, so glad the series is willing to cross certain lines from the serious nature states of the conflict to human characters being willing to physically handle a problem and guns. Also laughing at Kyo sliding to the DMs of anyone in an instant without a home or family, give them a moment before offering a new family, my guy. Yeah, that's kind of like, he is the Luffy of the show, like, hey, do you want to be my Nakama? Like, let's be friends. I love that.
I got more room in the shack.
Yeah, he's like, we have a tiny shack, and no money. Please join my cause. I love that for him so
Join
much.
the cult, bro. We got Catboys. Actually, that would work, bro. That would work so well. What are you talking about?
That would work. Watch this podcast. We have, I don't know. I'm more of a golden retriever than a Catboy. Like if I'm being real, watch the podcast. We have the human embodiment of a golden retriever and also a substitute plushie.
I could be anything you need me to be, baby.
Which
That's
is
the benefit of a substitute.
Which is what Guz looks like in real life, by the way. It's just a substitute plushie. Like I can confirm that is just how he looks. Next we have Drifting Cloudymon, who says they thought to themselves a couple of times before this episode about Chirrupmon getting a Batman-inspired Mega would be funny, kinda cool, like Avara's counterpart to Justimon, and Night Chirrupmon is basically that, but a champion instead of a Mega. They're now curious what the ultimate in Mega will be for Chirrupmon. They think they're more curious about that evolution line than Gecko at this point. Yep.
That's fair.
That is fair. Then, now we have One Piece bingo time with Lazy Croconaw. So here is a bonus funny one. So Gold Numamon voice actor voiced a couple of One Piece characters, but the one they want to highlight is Lola's father, Pound, which, fun fact, also voices Joe from Digimon and Rudamon in Ghost Game. Also another bonus, Shademon's VA is Japanese SpongeBob, so whenever you hear Shademon say, "Kill me!" think that's SpongeBob saying it. I think I read this again when I was at the gym, because I usually just scroll through my comments like in between sets, and like that had me dying. Like
that is funny as fuck.
Yeah, like
kill me.
like oh gosh. But the episode really good, they enjoyed it a lot, made them feel bad about Haruko, and glad that the shitty dad got not only put into a scary mind state, but also kicked in the shins and a punch. They wish Raina kicked him in the balls, so maybe she did off screen. I like to think so. Like he did look like more battered in the Digimon box than before he went into the Digimon box. Yeah, like I did, and I was like, whoa, the whole team just went nuts. They went bodies on him. They just were like, oh my gosh, we get to like punch out our frustrations on this terrible, terrible person. That they went well and truly bodies. Like, my gosh. But
Bro,
next episode,
whatever happened off screen must have been too good for the ratings.
it must have been
you know
just
what
traumatic, but also soothing.
I mean? They John Wick him.
Yeah. They then finish to say about next episode, they think not only will Gekomon have it rough, but so will Tomoro. He'll visit his brother, so imagine something bad will happen with that. It kind of did, and it didn't, I guess.
It was more around the memory, thought, feelings of Asuna than in the actual hospital room. But, like, the vibe is right.
Yep. Next we have Ignited Quills, who says they used to dislike Haruko, but felt really bad for her in the episode. And yeah, I think that was, like, the intention. Like, she was kind of awful in the first episode, and then in the second one you kind of learn why she's, like, a little bit traumatized, so that's completely fair enough. Her dad is awful, including the things he said about his child. At least Haruko realised her mistake with Shademon, apologised to it, and ended up being more kind to it. And with her focusing on her mum. Plus, Kyo being more angry than usual and punching Haruko's dad was chef's kiss. Absolutely agree. They also said they're happy with Makoto and Shiramon's moment in their bond. Episode 11's preview does revisit what occurred at the end of the episode 3, as it might be a dark Digivolution for Gekomon, but they'll see how that turns out if it's true when it airs, and yes, no dark Digivolution.
Well, spoiler.
Spoiler for the episode we just talked about at length. Then we have Mateus, who says the Tamer fusion with Shademon was cool and reminded them of Shademon Nene, but wasn't unnecessarily weird. Completely agree. They did it much better in this than they did in the Cross Wars manga.
Yeah, because wasn't there a problem with the Shademon Nene thing?
It was just unnecessary. Like, you know, they did the this is not appropriate for like a 13-year-old to look kind of thing.
Yeah, like they made it like too slutty or something.
Yeah, like they were like, don't do that. She's a baby.
No, I like the Lolita vibe.
No, I mean, yeah, absolutely. They did it so much better without making it like just. I think she was barely wearing clothes in like for Nene. Like, I'm glad that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like I do have like the Cross Wars manga behind me, but I will have to flick myself in the head if I turn around and grab it. But it is.
No. That's not a tangent. I think the problem is that editing Kobe will have to cut out a large portion of the video where you go through the manga.
To be fair, it is like literally like right behind me, and I could flip it open. But next we have Hayate, which is the last comment, says they love episodes 9 and 10. Makoto and Shiromon are precious, and just how they handle them despite being weak. They're the strongest together, hence Night Shiromon. Also, they're also happy that the dad got beaten up. Like, I feel like that's pretty, like, I think everyone agrees, like, that is a universal thing, that, like, everyone's happy that he was beaten up. Poor Haruko and Shademon, it's just abuse being passed down from one to the other, and yet that was the tragic thing about it. You could see that cycle of abuse continuing with how she treated Shademon, but she learned from it at least. And, yeah, so also episode 11, Dark Evolution tease, and our first 5-star to appear that has Flaremon. Also love how the episode contrasts with episode 8, where the guy doesn't accept his Mimicmon. In episode 10, Haruko finally accepts Shademon. And, yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm still really happy with episode 10. I think they did a great job. I'm now going to look up, I was writing Nenemon. What's wrong with me? Shademon Nene. Let's see if I can get a... Yeah, okay, so I found it. I'm just going to hold it up to the webcam so future Kobe doesn't have to edit. But that's that. It's just like Shademon wrapped around a naked girl.
Oh. Yeah, I can't really tell very well, but like that's probably for the best because YouTube might, you know.
Yeah. Like, it's not
the
good.
black mark of the Shademon is wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's like very like ghosts in the.
Yeah, or elfin lead sort of thing. It's not.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with what they did with the Shademon Haruko fusion, that it was just kind of a dress. It wasn't just, here's a naked girl wrapped in like a very small towel, basically. Like, it's just
too small towel.
Yeah, it's just very. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it just is kind of. It feels a bit weird. So I really liked the Shademon fusion in BeatBreak a lot more. I just think it was a really cool design, and it didn't. It wasn't as weird, I guess. So that's what it looks like. Everyone's learning now. So that's it for Postmon Pat. Next week's episode is episode 12, which is called A New Family. What are our predictions for next week's episode?
Well, we know that I already spoke about Marine Bullmon rolling on up.
Which is very cool to see.
Finger guns, question mark. Not something I expected to see from a sea slug at all.
Yeah.
But, alright. Didn't see that in the Liberator comics, but it's welcome here, I guess. Look, we already know that Glowing Dawn's under attack, and they're probably under attack because Kaito turns around and says, yeah, Kyo's lost his edge. We could probably just knock him out and not have him be a future problem. Someone catches wind of that or something, I guess. Because I'm just trying to figure out what would trigger the want to get rid of all of them, right? Because there has to be something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the gangsters coming back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, or the masked lady, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different angles. We've made a few enemies at this point, actually. Kind of interesting.
I wonder if it's going to be like a Kyo episode where we learn about when he left the gym leaders and wanted a new family. So the new family is actually Glowing Dawn as it is now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Toma finally, you know, accepting that this is his new family.
Yeah. I mean, it also could it could have multiple meanings to it. Like, it could be this is a new family for all of the cast, because it is like Reina didn't have a family, so this is her like family. Makoto did have a family but left because he gave birth to a Digimon. This is his new family. And Tomoro's kind of, you know, his parents got arrested. His brother is in a plot coma. This is his new family. So I wonder if it's just more or less a continue on from episode 4, which was called Family, where they kind of start calling them a family, like Kyo does, Reina does, and this is where maybe Tomoro does. So it could have a few different meanings, because it is a family for all the characters now, as we've learned.
I think what will be a very interesting moment is watching for another Red Scarf. I genuinely believe that there's going to be another visual representation of Gekomon and Toma reuniting their bond, not severing it like when the scarf was torn, right? The whole Red Ribbon of Fate thing. I think that there's going to be some other thing from Keko to Gecko where Toma and Gecko get their shit together and they fully, properly realign. Whether that's going to happen in a single episode or not, I'm not sure. We've made some pretty good inroads and pacing so far with everything. Like, I've not felt too power crept by the opponents, which usually happens. We've had our first big wipeout, which always happens. We've had our Super OD arc now, fantastic. Now we're gonna need to do that proper rebuilding moment, and I'm not sure what that's gonna look like in New Family, but maybe it's like Family Reforged in that angle. Obviously, it's very broad. It could be 1,001 different things.
Yeah.
It's just what they're choosing to manifest that as is going to be interesting, because I don't think the preview really previewed too much, ironically enough, outside of Toma and Gecko just really no longer having that bond anymore, and they've got to have to do the work to fix it. Like, that has to be the next step. I don't know what else needs to happen.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm excited to do more. I think that the next few episodes will have Tomoro and Gekomon kind of like working through their issues. I can't see it being a, oh, it's fixed next episode thing. I feel like they're going to continue working through it. I think that maybe next episode will be like the start of them improving, or at least the start of them, you know, trying to.
Yeah.
Or like addressing at the very least. So I feel like the next few episodes are just going to have like maybe a side thing where each episode things are gradually improving, or maybe we'll have a few episodes where things don't improve, because in real life you don't just get gradually better, you might get worse maybe for a day and then you get even better the next day. So, you know, it could be anything.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's a very definitive waypoint for this preview. Right, like the other ones, like Gekomon, Dark Digivolution, Team Wipe, this, boom, flashback, boom. Like there was so much visual information for the previous one. It was sort of like, yeah, we can guess the whole episode, which we kind of did.
Yeah.
But this one's just like, cool, baby, hungry, sad, angry sea slug minigun, question mark.
Yeah.
It's a little too vague for us to really get more of a direction than that at this stage.
Yeah, but I'm very much looking forward to more. So, yay.
Oh yeah.
Again, again, I think that's always like the case. Like both of us are just like, wow, we wish it was Sunday again. Like, yeah.
No, because I'm back at work.
Hey, I have work in like, I don't know. I know I have to wake up in maths amount of hours. I have to be awake in 7 hours, I think. So that's fun. Flux hasn't told me, but here we go. Was that 5 or 6? I don't know. I'm starting to forget how counting works. Anyway, so
You lost too many brain cells.
Yeah, I lost the brain cells. So let's.
If you've made it this far in the video, please write Dane Bramage in the comments below, and I promise Kobe will forget what that means.
I'll just be very confused. I've still written myself notes.
Dane Bramage, and it's just going to be me liking everyone's comment.
Yeah, fantastic. That's good. I almost said encouragement. Engagement. Oh my god, it has started. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this up before I get my 5th or 6th concussion. I don't know. I've had a few in my time. I've had an alarming amount of concussions. So anyway, so thank you so much for listening to this episode and watching as I flick myself in the face every time I'm going to be off topic or about to be off topic. So thank you so much for that.
That's 7.
That was 6, wasn't it?
There's another one. Go on.
Ow. Anyway, what was I saying? What's a Digimon? Who is this?
We're thanking that fella who is known as something else on Archive Our Own.
Okay.
Kind of one.
No. Hey, you got one. No, that's in a little bit. So you can contact me on Stay Updated. You can email. That's my very, very old script that just came out. That's weird. That just came out of my brain and my mouth by extension, and not the actual, but what the script says. I still have some knowledge in... Anyway. Ow. For a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, such as YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter, head over to my link tree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. My head hurts, reasons unknown. If you enjoy this podcast or videos, or even my silly posts online, you can show support by signing up for Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me hit some milestones. And thank you to my card supporters on Patreon: Stephen Reeves, who is Wildling64 on Archive Our Own, Kadawashi, Niyofu, who says you to follow on Twitch, who says you to follow Chisai on Twitter at Chisai256. I don't know if it's the tiredness or the Dane Bramage.
Do you want me to read it out?
No, I'm good. Lizmet, who's like one on Tumblr, Nicholas Magnus, Lucas, Jason05, Patrick Jason, Shelby, who is Shelby, Digital Hazard, who's on Twitch at The Digital Hazard, Tropimon, Beamon, Tamer Kasai, Big Bad, Beetleborg, Laven, Bent Archer, Cappy, Cyber, and Baltic Hellbird. You can also make a one-off donation on PayPal, which you found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/Airjamon. You can also donate to me on my Coffee account, ki-fi.com/Airjra. I got through it. I'm very tired. And thank you, of course, so much to Guz for joining me. Guz, where can we find you?
You can find me here on the YouTubes at Guz the Substitute. You can also find me on Twitter at Guz_substitute. And if somehow we've been able to remember the collab feature, maybe it'll be a click away from here.
I think I did that last episode.
No idea.
I selected it and I sent you a link for it, so I don't know what it did. But I absolutely clicked it on when I was uploading the episode, and then it spat out a link to YouTube Studio to send you when I sent you the invite. So I did my part in it at least, and I immediately sent it to you. But I think you went to Betty Bars or something.
Look, my time zone is Narnia time zone. Whatever exists only exists because I perceive it.
Fair enough. But in any case, thank you so much for joining me, Guz. And if you're listening and watching this, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you are doing so on the YouTubes, please do the like, comment, subscribe thing, etc., etc. And of course, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And don't forget to comment Dane Bravage down below.
You cut out there and went really robotic. That's fantastic. But yeah, do that.
Okay.
Anyway, bye.
Dane Bravage.